Hey guys, Sethley here, back with another Apex Legends video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. In today's second video, we're going to be going over every single map update and map change that's going to come with Season 6. So if you guys didn't see my last video, we did get the Season 6 gameplay trailer earlier today, so make sure to check out my last video if you haven't seen it to see my reaction to the gameplay trailer. But in this video, we're going to be going over the announcement that they made on the EA website, covering and describing all of the map changes they have made for Season 6. So they start off by saying World's Edge has been revamped with new pathways, rocket launch sites, blast walls, and more. They start out by saying, hi, I'm Jason McCord, design director on Apex Legends. Apex Legends is entering its 6th season, and with that, some brand new updates to World's Edge. They started out by identifying their goals for World's Edge. They said partly a map update is developed to inject some newness into the game for the launch of a season, new layouts to learn, new rotations to utilize, and new strategies to master. It also gives the designers an opportunity to improve the overall flow and experience of playing the map, while addressing any points we've heard from the community. With that in mind, our first step is identifying what we want to tackle for Season 6. More and improved play on the lava side of the map, better options for rotations out of some particularly sticky choke points, and an interesting new map mechanic to promote new combat scenarios. So that's why they made these Season 6 map changes and some reasoning behind them. But starting out with launch site, the first new spot on the map, it says Hammond Industries continues to take over World's Edge. They're up to something nefarious, I'm sure. The launch site can be found to the west of the dome in a previously unoccupied lava field. The giant rocket ship stands above the center of this new point of interest, and it can be seen towering over the mountains from as far away as a refinery, which is actually insane. But I'll show it on screen right now for you guys. They say this new drop location has 4 large control rooms to hold and tons of loot. Many squads should feel comfortable landing here, spreading out and pushing across the raised catwalks and lava-filled terrain to be the last team standing. So I'll show you guys the before and after of this new launch site area. I gotta say, it looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. I'm really excited for these changes to World's Edge, but then they went on to say one of the most exciting aspects of launch site are the new rotation opportunities through this side of the map. A new passageway has been constructed through the cliff side, heading to the east side of the tree. So I'll show that new pathway for you guys on screen right now, and I think that's definitely going to be useful for rotation. They say the path towards Sorting Factory now comes out on the porch of the launch site facility with a commanding overlook of the south side of Sorting. Rotating out of the dome now has more options as the launch site is right next to the door with a continued path to tree. If you prefer to slide down the hill towards Sorting, a new geyser has sprouted up in the lower basin, allowing for a quick way to get up and over that ridge if the ring is breathing down your neck. So they did add a new geyser, which is definitely going to be useful for rotations. All right, now on to the next new area on the map. It's called Countdown. So drill site has been replaced with Countdown, another large Hammond facility with a mysterious purpose. I'll show it on screen for you guys right now. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on this new area down in the comment section below. But they said the design of this point of interest is an imposing fortress with a tall perimeter, complete with 3 giant blast walls that can be activated to raise and dynamically fortify the approach from Skyhook, Lava Fissure, and Trainyard. More on that below. So the large control rooms stand apart by a deep center pit. The pit can be opened to allow access to better loot, but this is a dangerous honeypot overlooked on all sides. So make sure you control this area before going into it. So that's definitely going to be interesting, having a new area for good high tier loot. It's definitely going to be one of the hot spots in my opinion. But now on to the next new area, which is called Staging. It's a smaller point of interest, but lands in the nexus of a heavily traveled area in the center of the map. This new drop location replaces a small town that used to sit directly below the train tracks to the east of Harvester. It should now provide much more interesting fights as well as significantly more loot. I'll show it on screen right now for you guys, the before and after. I definitely like the after much better, but they went on to say instead of a small town in the center of a low pit, the design pushes players to the raised edges of this area, utilizing 2 more rising walls to connect to the train tracks across the gap. Resting train cars provide more cover along the tracks as well as high connections across the center to fight the control room. We also see the departure of the nearby Mirage Voyage, as Mr. Wit has flown his personalized ship away from World's Edge for now. So with the addition of this new staging point of interest, they have also removed the Mirage Voyage, the Mirage Town Takeover, which is a bit disappointing, but I think that makes sense. It's been a while since they did add it, and they're completely pretty much remaking this map, adding a bunch of new stuff, so I'm not surprised they did remove that. But now on to the next thing, which is called Rising Blast Walls. So the Rising Walls are a new map mechanic added to World's Edge and can be found in Launch Site, Countdown, and Staging. Activating a panel will start the giant blast wall to rise, creating a defensible platform and permanently fortifying the position of whichever team was lucky enough to control it first. So I'll show the before and after of what this new rising blast wall actually looks like. So this is going to be a really interesting aspect to the new meta of the game. It's going to be a control point for a lot of teams, so that's definitely going to play into ranked. I'm excited to see how that works out. Now on to Survey Camp / Skyhook Cut Through. I'll show the before and after on screen for you guys right now. They say heading east from Survey Camp will now lead you into a new pathway directly through the cliffside, across the train tracks and into Skyhook. This new cut through has been great for rotating successfully out of Skyhook and should allow Survey Camp to be a little more viable as a drop location or a rotation option. The train tunnels are also packed with loot and cover in this area, so expect more options and resistance when playing on this side of the map. And now onto the rest of the small tweaks and additions to the map. So the train has been stopped. For Season 6, the train has been dismantled and scattered across the tracks of World's Edge. They say this single change helped them achieve one of their goals of providing more rotational options through some particularly scary choke points. Nearly all tunnels that used to be clear for the train and therefore almost never used now have static train cars and other cover, as well as some small amounts of loot. So I'll show what that looks like on screen right now for you guys. The train tracks definitely are going to be a more hot place to fight since there is actually cover instead of just being completely open. So I'm interested to see that. But they also say in addition to the new geyser north of the dome, a new one has also sprouted up south of Lava Fissure, making crossing the deep Sulphur River a bit easier. So I'll show that new geyser on screen for you guys right now, but there are also a bunch of other small additions and changes to be found throughout the map. So make sure to keep a lookout when Season 6 does come out. But as of right now, that's all of the Season 6 map changes and updates we do know about. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section below, what do you guys think about all of these changes? Are you excited to play on the new World's Edge? I definitely am, but if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out a ton. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. But it's been your boy Seth Lee, and I'm out.